Hello, welcome to Memorable Yarns. I am Chloe, owner of Memorable Yarns, and this is my first official intro for my first official YouTube video. You're about to watch some prep and tagging that I did for a craft fair that my mom and sister and I had about 2 weeks ago. So have fun, welcome, and let's see where this journey takes us. Hello, it's been a minute since I've actually updated anybody. But we have a little under 2 days before the craft fair this weekend. I've decided I am done trying to crochet everything ever that existed. And I'm going to start putting little price tags on everything. And going ahead and attaching that to everything that I have made. I just got these because I don't want to use a bunch of string and tie it on. It'll be easier for people to take on and off, and I don't know, I don't care. I'm not sure how I'm gonna tag things like these card charms. I will figure that out as I'm doing this. But right now I'm just gonna start with like the bigger animals, my plushies and stuff like that. And I have this bin here, and then I have this bin, and then this bin's mostly like keychains, coasters, and that stuff. But this box and then this box are what most of my stuff is in. And if I don't think about it, it's enough. If I think about it, I freak out. And I'm going to find out exactly how much inventory I have. And I know it's like over 1,000 when I account for everything. So that is good. I'm happy with that. And I'll probably just end up making stuff there too. Because I don't know how crazy busy it's going to be. I hope it's ridiculous. But some quiet break time would be good in order to just like make a few things while I'm there. But that is a problem for Saturday and Sunday. Right now, I'm just going to get to tagging. I've almost tagged everything in this tub. I just have 3 bigger items left, and these are my like large items that I'm gonna bring just to draw attention. I don't expect anybody to get them. This is the smallest of my 3. Little tie-dye dragon. I'm gonna give her silver eyes. So she will be 65. Then I have this guy right here. Pink eyes. This one is bigger, so this one will be 75. And then I have this one right here. These are green eyes. This one I think is like slightly bigger. These two are about the same size, minor difference. This one will also be 75. I don't expect anybody to actually buy these. I just have them there to draw attention. I think they're super adorable. I didn't make any of my extra, like my bigger dragons, because I just didn't have time. But that's okay. I think these are big enough. And I did up the price with these because the yarn for these cost more. And it took a little bit longer it took a while to make these. And I wanted to have some, so I now have 3 of my dragons to display, which I love. So this will be all my dragons for this market, and that's okay. biggest items. I have my 3 dragons here, and I have my 4 classic bunnies over there. And then here is all of my other little bit larger but medium-sized items. I have 3 of these, 1 mallard, 2 goose. Those are all 18. I have 1 of these sleepy fox. This pattern is by Nooks Hooks. I have not been able to get to her dragon pattern, and I'm sad because I really wanted to make it. I only have 1 of these, and this is 30. Go over there. I have a strawberry lemonade giraffe, and I have just a regular giraffe. These 2 are both 20. I have this tiny little cow. I put this one at 13. It took way longer because of all the parts that you have to make, but I feel like pricing it any higher is too much. So this one's 13. Then all of these guys right here are all 20. I have 3 of these little foxes, which I freaking love. If I had more time, I would make more. But I don't know if foxes are a spring thing, so there we go. And I have these 3 adorable little bunnies. I did this one last night with this really pretty color changing yarn from Loops and Threads. So I like her. Then here is a pink one, and here is this multicolored one. And these are all 20. I still have to go through these two tubs and go ahead and price these. Why is he this way? Why is he this way? I'm just trying to be productive. Did you get yourself stuck, bud? It's a mess over there, and he's like, ooh, what if I just walk around? Mess stuff up. I got cold. I didn't get to this box yet because I needed a coffee. So now that I'm caffeined up, we're going to get started on toweling everything up. Also, look at this and tell me if you hate it as much as I do. But it's going in the bin because I need to fill space. It's going to be fine. Now I'm going to go ahead and tag all this stuff. Not all of it, actually. I'm just going to sort it, count it, and then let you guys see what I have. Because they're all smaller individual items like this, I'm just going to do a bucket or a bin. Even this, like this size too. So that it's like, hey, these are all $5 or whatever. Which those were. So, let's get to that. I hope the audio sounds good on this because I'm just using my phone because I don't have a camera. Anyways, so you guys saw all of the things. I have 5 ducks. I have 2 without eyes because I never embroidered them and I didn't put safety eyes in, and I'm not going to. They took longer than I would have liked. They weren't as fun to make. That's why I have 5. And I want them to go away, so they're priced at $5. So I wanted to have a lot of lower price items as well because it's really easy to grab and go when you're at a larger craft show. I have 1 dinosaur. This was supposed to be an axolotl, but I did not like the way that the back of it curved. It was turning more dinosaur to me, and I think this is like 8 or 10. I have all of these little guys. I think I have 11 or 12 of these. I probably want to make more, and these are things I can work on there because they're just tiny. These are a free pattern on Instagram, and I have a bunch of them in a bunch of different colors. I have like classic turtle color. These colors are so pretty. Don't think you can see how vibrant this blue is, but it's super pretty, super cute. So I think I have like 12 of these. These are all going to be 5. Maybe I should change these because they're a little bigger, especially for the same cost. So these I'm probably going to do 7 or 8 then, like the dino. Dino might be 10. I will decide that there because these are going to be kind of set in bins and stuff rather than individually priced. Though I might individually price this one because I just have this one, so I'll leave it out. Yeah, all my turtles will be 5. My ducks I'll put at 7 or 8. And I have always kept my octopi, these little guys, at 5. I know they're a little bit bigger than the turtles, but they all take about the same time. The turtles take me slightly longer. I do want more of these, so I'm probably going to crochet some more because they don't take me very long to do. They're a very mindless project, and I want more than just 5. And I really do like the way that this like pom-pom one turned out. So I'm going to make more turtles, octopi. So I'm going to leave these out so that I remember that that's what I want to do. Fuzz. Okay, and I'm going to tag this one for 10. Because, I mean, they're about the same size. They don't have as much going on. So I'll do this one at 10. I have these 2 little dragonfly. These ones took me a little bit longer. This is a pattern on Instagram for free. I did the wings differently. I just crocheted them into the body because I didn't want to sew 4 wings in. These took me longer than I would have liked, so I only make 2. And I feel like pricing these at how long it took wouldn't go well. So they're going to be 8. Kind of on the same size as like the ducks so that they just hopefully sell. Because they weren't my favorite things to make, but they were cute, so I did it. My cats, I've always gone back and forth because they take me longer than the octopi to make, but they're about, size-wise, they're relatively comparable. These will probably be at 5 too. I only have 5 of these. I don't really want to make more because I feel like to price these properly, they'd be 8 to 10. And they're just so little, I don't really want to price them at that high. So these will be 5. And we'll see how they go. You can see all the different little faces I was trying because I want these to be child safe, so that little kids can have them. And I have my axolotls. This is the style that I learned. Like, I really like the way that they look this way, but I decided to try a different way too. So I have these 2. Actually, I want to show you more specifically. I went for opposites. So the mint ears, the mint body, then the flowers. So I have 1 of each. Those are 12. I didn't have enough yellow to do like a yellow version of this, so I just have a like the yellow flower pattern with this one. Also 12. These 2 are opposites. 12. And then I have this one, which is more of a classic pink. I don't think I have enough of this pink color yarn to make another one of these because it's more of the classic axolotl colors. I thought about doing one like this in purple, just so that I have 1 or 2 of these. We'll see. Because I had just done it, it took me longer than I would have liked to make it. They're roughly the same size. So this one is also going to be 12. I have this because I was trying out a new mini pattern. Again, I was trying to go for the embroidered eyes. It looks like an angry little demon. I'm going to have it there anyways in case somebody freaking loves it or whatever. And this will just be 5. So I'm going to go ahead and tag this one and then leave those octopi to the side to make more and then go through my last bin. Okay, so this is just my $5 bin, which is looking a little bit more empty now that I see it this way. I have just those over there. So I do probably will work on this a little bit. This is my bin of everything that is $7 and above, which I do like how full that is. I'm happy with this. This can be closed off and it is done and good to go. This one I'm going to work on a little bit more over the next day and a half or so of adding just more octopi and probably some more turtles to it because I think that will help it look a little bit more full. And I want my $5 bins to look nice and full because these are items that I want people to be able to just like grab and buy without really thinking about it. Once you start getting to like $7, $8, not really $7, $8, but like more like $20 items, people might hesitate more. So, but now I'm going to go ahead and go through all this one and tag this one. Okay, so here's my little accessory bucket. That's what I was calling it. I have a lot of keychains in here. I have watermelon apple slices, lemon slices, and I have pink and red strawberries. These are all my little stitch markers that are just being held up. And these are all individually priced. So that's already done. I have my car hangers. These are all at a single price, and I'm going to be hanging those up with a overarching like price, so people know that all my car hangers are 18. Go to put these in here. I have these 2 pencil cases done. I have this one that I need to finish sewing together. So I have these 2 pencil, pen, glasses cases or something. I have 5 mystery stitch markers. So the stitch markers in these little containers will not be in any of these packets, and they have like a sticker in there. I had my sisters actually fold these envelopes for me. Move, cat. In my business old times. And I have these Lily of the Valley card charms. I believe I'm going to price these at $15. I have 2 white, 1 yellow, and 1 pink. I do want to make some more. Just adding a list of things for me to make. And these will all be priced, like I said, 15 or 12. I think 15. I will decide later. So these I'm going to put in here. So they're part of this bucket, and I can tally up the total for this bucket. I'm not going to call it done, not officially. I can make these while I'm at the market, so I might do that instead, because I still have to decide which projects I'm going to bring with me to the market, because this will be 2 full days, very long days, so I'm going to want stuff. And he demands attention at all times. Okay, last night I tallied up everything that I have after I made 5 more octopi, and I ended up making 2 little wristlets while I was at work. Well, 1 at work and then 1 when I came home. So I have 2 of these. Both are $9 each. And I don't think I accounted for my loose coasters either. But I have a total of, well, with this one added, it's a little different now. But last night when I calculated, I had a total of $1,384 worth of inventory. With this one, I now have $1,393 worth of inventory. So before I have to go to work today, I'm going to attempt to take the squares here and sew in lining. I didn't get to it with like hand sewing because I knew it took me a while, and I wanted to use my machine to try. So I believe this is a walking foot. So I'm going to use walking foot to try to sew it. And yes, I'm fully aware that I sound like I don't know what I'm doing. That's exactly what's happening here. Yes, the craft fair is tomorrow, but it's fine. My other option, honestly, if I really, really want to have these, is to pin them now and sew them while I'm there. Or I could literally just hand sew them now with no lining, and it's just this bit. I wasn't a huge fan of that because I wanted to have it more durable. And I wouldn't price them at the same if I didn't have the lining in. Because right now, adding the lining, I wanted to put them at 42. If I didn't have the lining, I'd probably put them down to like 20, 25, if that. And I also have buttons. I wanted to add buttons because they're so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt to do some sewing. If that doesn't work, I'm not going to stress about it because I am happy with the inventory I have. And I'll probably just try to whip up another 1 or 2 of these while I'm boxing up everything, so I don't have to do it after work tonight. But I'll also probably be sorting through stuff because why not? Okay, so that is a buttonhole pressure foot. I did figure out how to change the pressure of the foot that I have, so I was able to do this. It's bad, I know. I'm going to try to tuck this in a little bit more, but it looks really good on the crochet side. You see a little bit white there, but it looks pretty good there. So I'm gonna just basically finish up this one and see how it looks, and then decide if I want to do it anymore. But ooh, got some flying yarn there. I'm pretty impressed, and I don't know why it took so long to figure that out, but I'm still learning this machine, so leave me alone. I needed a nice coffee. And of course, to get a nice coffee, I had to clean the kitchen. So 1 kitchen clean, 1 iced coffee made, kitty in my lap. Here is where I'm at so far. So I think I already said that was a buttonhole pressure foot, so I used the other one. I still have these knots that I'm trying to tie off and stuff, but it is attached. I don't know, this corner is a little messy it comes above it. I think I can just fold it when I sew all the corners together, which I'm gonna do with just yarn and a darning needle. So let it fold over like this, very roughly, and just do it that way. Then that way when I'm doing that, I can easily attach the buttons and everything. But coffee first. Okay, I just realized that these colors and this color go pretty well together. And I did pick this one in particular because it's very springy. And I thought it was very springy and very cute. I also have the most adorable wooden butterfly like buttons that I want to grab. So I want to add that as like a charm to this. So it kind of all very springy. Not intentional, but I love how this is looking so far. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quickie. And then I'm going to try to pin at least 2 more and try to get those sewn up. So then I will have 3. And whatever 42 times 3 is, that's how much extra inventory I have. So that will be really cool. I have about an hour and a half before I really have to focus on any other things and get ready for work. Okay, I have pinned my next one. This feels very fall and actually kind of Christmassy, but I really, really love this pattern and I wanted something a little bit muter and less vibrant. So I have this pressure down to 0, so it puts less pressure, and I'm just gonna feed it through and go ahead and sew all of these edges together before seaming the crocheted bit and adding this little trinket here and a wraparound so you can fit different size books and they're not just like stuck with just you have to pin it here. It can adjust. Okay, this is late. It's like 11 p.m. day 2 of the craft fair. I honestly didn't even think to make sure we had a stand to record setting up and everything like that. I will tell you, we got there 10 minutes before the loading doors open for everybody to like go inside the big expo center. So we loaded up our wagon and everything. We got in there. It was like, okay, now where do we go? Because there was 4 rows and there was like over 175 vendors there. So finding our spot would have taken freaking forever. And I happened to run into the event organizer pretty quickly after we went in there, and I walked with her. She gives her badges. She told me where we were supposed to set up, and we set up. I do have some pictures of that. So I can show you guys some pictures of that. And we had a 10 by 10 space and we set up, and we barely set up on time. And it could be because it was me, my mom, my younger sister, and my husband. So the 4 of us were like scrambling and trying to figure it out and get our rhythm down, because we had done a craft fair last September, but it was just me, my sister, my husband, and my fiance. He was my fiance at the time. So it was a little bit different, and we had a lot of product. So, and we also did I did some different like display, building up a little bit more. Yeah, we tried different things. We had a whole rack with a lot of like my mom's earrings and bracelets and earring sets and everything like that. We tried to price everything individually. I had 3 dragons for the whole fair, and I had those kind of like set up, 2 of them like set up for really good eye catchers. My youngest sister had her table set up really, really well. Our dragons drew a lot of attention, which was like super great, but it was kind of a dud. I had to keep note of everything that we did sell, because I'm like, oh my gosh, write it down, you know, keep track of cash and card and everything. And I think our total for the first day was like 290 something. And mind you, the booth fee for this 2-day fair was $350 or $360, I believe. So day one, we didn't even hit our booth fee. And I think it was like almost an hour before we got any sale. And my sister did sell something first, which I was super happy about. And like they came in waves. Everybody liked looking. Everybody thought they were super cute, but no takers. And I just don't know if the crowds weren't right, but I did notice like some of the vendors around me weren't doing super well either. We had a vendor right next to us who did 3D stuff. And of course, those went like hotcakes because everybody wants to buy little bits of plastic. Today, Sunday, was pretty dead. It was really, really dead. Like, there were periods of time where we were all just kind of like chit-chatting. We could wander off at any point, and there was just nobody coming down. We were talking with some other vendors there, talking with another fellow crocheter. She wasn't too far down from us, a few booths over, but our items were different. So there was some variance with like her items versus my items. And she said that this like weekend was very slow for what she usually sees. She was super amazing and so very helpful for like how to find some new events and to kind of keep going. She said, don't be disheartened, because it was kind of like a letdown that we didn't even really hit our booth fee. And we also were like, is it the way we have things displayed? Is it the crowds that we have going through? Is there some kind of confusion with having not just bracelets and charms and stuff, but also crocheted items? Like my mom had some mystery blind day with books, like uber decked out, gorgeous, like super decorative, like little nicks and knacks. It's very much like a like secret, not a secret, like a mystery. Like you get this book sleeve. I wish I had some pictures of them. Like this mystery book, and it's wrapped gorgeous. Used all these fun papers, and then like there's so many pockets of just things. And I don't know if that confused people because they saw the price was higher than what they've seen for other blind dates with a book, and they're like, why is it so high? And I had like some book sleeves there, but I don't know if there was any. I don't know what I just don't know. I don't know. But it was a theme that everybody was saying, that it was very slow, much slower than they usually see it for the event we were at. And, but I did also hear over and over again that the Christmas market there is really, really good. And the crochet vendor who I did talk to, because we are kind of in the same like world, obviously, she said that she has never regretted doing the Christmas market. So she's done 2. And those are 3-day events. Those are massive. I went through there last Christmas. I had just gotten back from my honeymoon, so I wasn't like part of the event. But when I walked through on the last day, it was crazy. It was crazy. So we applied and tried to get into that one. We're hoping to get into 1 or 2 others. I'm hoping to get into 1 or 2 others. My mom and my sister will more than likely be doing a summer one without me because I'll be out of town that day. I'm like, have fun. I'll probably prep some stuff for them to take. And then we want to try to get into one like at the end of November. Hopefully this big Christmas one at this expo center again. And if not that one, there's a smaller Christmas one that we want to do. So like we're not completely disheartened. We're happy we did sell some things. We have like a kind of a direction that we want to go. And I'm really happy with the way that my display looked, especially because I don't live with my mom and sister, and they have like the tables and stuff like that. We didn't do like a practice setup, and we just kind of like said, here we go. Because like my sister was setting up, I was setting up, and my mom was setting up, and we kind of all were just like, figure it out. But I think it turned out really cohesive, and I think it looked really great. We drew a lot of attention. I just don't think that crowd was exactly what some of the things that we have are, especially like my mom's specific style of earrings and jewelry and charms and everything. They're very just like fun and crazy and stuff like that. So we will be trucking along and figure this stuff out. So you saw that all that prepping I was doing before. I'm gonna wrap that up again, but I have more time now to really get into it and to add some like hand sewn items, because I really loved sewing in those fabric linings for my book sleeves. I probably won't make any more book sleeves. I do have some yarn and fabric combinations I still might try, or I'm going to switch it up and use those fabrics, because they're 100% cotton, for hot or cold packs, and then use that yarn to crochet like a cover that you can take the packs in and out of. Then you have that cover that you can wash, because I really want to do something like that. So those are things I'm thinking of doing for future markets. I'm glad we did it. I don't regret anything. I definitely will plan a little bit better in prepping so that I don't feel like I am stressing out, especially since the things that I really thought were going to draw attention barely did. Like my little foxes I made, which I freaking love. Nobody got them. And I'm just like, how dare you? They're adorable. But I think those might be better for fall. I don't know. We're just hoping to see different crowds and stuff. But yeah, here's to trying again. And that's a coffee stain. That's right. We made a total of 2 trips to get everything out of that building, and the last trip was a bit of a chaos. It was absolute chaos. I was getting coffee all over me, spilled on all my dress. Y'all, I just came home and crashed. I'm so freaking tired. So I took a long nap. It is 11 p.m. I am wide awake. I have my notebook to look over our numbers. I have a box of yarn next to me to start on my husband's birthday sweater. He wanted a scrap sweater, so I'm gonna make him a birthday sweater, and just kind of take it easy until I kind of start this process all over again for another market. I didn't film an intro to this. This kind of be my first official like YouTube video. So hello, welcome, and I hope to see you later.